Hi, welcome to wildgeartest.com. We're up in the lovely Kākahu in mid-Canterbury. We're going to test four, what I call the camping or hunting meals. There's lots of them on the marketplace, but I found four, and these ones weren't the most expensive, so it's a lot easier on the wallet. Starting off with the, what's the difference between a freeze-dried and a dehydrated? Well, dehydrated is exactly what it says. It's just in a dehydrator, and the moisture is taken out. So that means that a lot of the nutrition, a lot of the actual flavour, that's out the window as well. Freeze-dried, very different process, quite an expensive process. The food is actually frozen right down to zero, and it's done in a vacuum. So all the moisture is taken out in a frozen vacuum. So basically like freezing in space. What that does means that all the nutrition remains and all the flavour remains. So freeze-dried, for me, yes. For the dehydrated, no bueno, because it starts rehydrating your guts and you end up with significant bush poos. So the first one I've got here is from Real Meals. They're a Nelson company. Real Meal freeze-dried. So that's the bueno ones. This is a 302 gram pack. It's 30% pork. Looks lovely. Says succulent, slow-cooked pork. How sexy is that? That's one off the top of the rank. We then have Radix. Radix has appeared on the scene as being the vegetarian option. Didn't have me at first stretch because it says smoky barbecue. How do you have smoky barbecue with no meat in it? I'm a bit concerned about that. This is also gluten-free, all natural, made in New Zealand as well. So the first two big ups have been made in New Zealand. Then we have the old stock standard Backcountry. Backcountry's in every supermarket in the country. Most hunters have been sort of grown up on this stuff. It's got a lot of additives in it. It's got a lot of salt. It's got a lot of things that, personally, I find a bit difficult. Also, this is dehydrated. So this has a tendency to continue rehydrating in your gut, as I mentioned. And then just for the outlier, I thought we'd go for Omeals. Omeals is an American company. And this little puppy came with its own heat bag. It's quite heavy. And that is what we'd call a wet food. So I'm not going to say cat food, but it's close to it. You just put the water in here, it heats it up, crazy volume, it goes on steam, pull it out. It easily comes with a sexy little spoon and fork with the package as well. But that's one of the key things I didn't like about it. It just had far too much packaging in it already. So we'll have a look at that. But anyway, straight to the guts of things. Let's get the experts in. We've got Mark and Ren that are just going to come in, and we're going to taste them one by one and give you some pretty frank opinions. Come on in, fellas. So let's try with these bad boys. This is the Real Meals. Ren, do again, mate. Freeze-dried over here. Dude, that's the tortellini. Don't tell me that's good. Okay. Have a crack at that, mate. First thing I'm going with, that's got really good flavour. But it's chewy as all buggery. What do you think?
I can recognise it as meat.
It is meat. Ren?
Yep.
Good flavour.
Yeah, I like that.
That's actually really good flavour. Good sauce. I can see lots of stuff in there. You've got beans, you've got corn. It's all rehydrated quite nicely. But that meat, I don't know about you guys, but
It's quite light though as well.
it does, eh? So, Real Meals, pulled pork. Are we giving that a bueno?
Bueno.
Bueno. Okay. That's good. Quite like that. I'd probably let it sit for a little bit longer,
Yep.
just so it fully rehydrates. But I'd be pretty happy with that. So this is Radix Smoky Barbecue Instant Meal. All natural, gluten-free, but it's vegetables. And that's it. I know. It's a bit scary. Let's dig in. All right. Going in for the big time. So this is rice, plant protein, pea protein, brown rice. There's a lot of ingredients in this. Most of them natural. I'm going straight with there's something weird and chemically in that. Ren?
It's missing meat.
It's missing meat. Matt, what are we thinking?
It tastes like my wife swept out the spice cupboard into a bowl.
Let's go with that. Swept out the spice cupboard and whacked it in the bowl.
Yeah.
I think a lot of that is to mask the fact that that's incredibly bland. Righto. I'm going with a no. I would not buy that. Ren?
Agreed.
Yep.
No.
Not for you?
Yeah.
Okay. The subtle Scottish palate does not like it. So what do we got here? We've got Backcountry Cuisines beef stroganoff. Now I'm seeing possibly 3 to 4 pieces of meat. So I'm going to go in there and have a look at those. And straight away, man, that's just, it's salty. I don't know if I'm going to say anything more about that, but that's a hard no for me. That's
I don't mind that one.
no. Okay, Mark.
Well, a lot of backcountry stuff can be real claggy. That's quite light. There's a bit, you know,
Right.
it's going to hopefully sit a little bit lighter in the stomach than.
I'll be generous and say that's a big ass piece of mushroom, so that's pretty cool. I like that.
I think it needs to be.
Serving
hydrated
sizes
a
are
bit
too
more.
big.
It is a big serving.
Serving sizes are
Just
too big.
having a look there. That's a full bowl.
That's a regular size.
And that's regular. That's a monster. Okay, for me, no, take me weird.
Yeah, I'll eat it again.
Okay, so two yeses, one big wussy no. Let's go straight into the Omeals home style meal. Home style. Cheese, tortellini, and a tomato sauce. I'm sorry, but I have to out these guys. I looked at the list of additives here, and the first thing I thought was ultra processed food. There are so many things here with numbers that I didn't even know. I looked up a few and then I just gave up. So
It's
we're going to try
American.
anyway. It's American. America. Let's get in there. We're in.
Round 2.
I'm actually a little bit surprised about that. Because we've been mucking around, that's gone a bit cold. But I quite like the flavour. I like the fact that it's kind of a pasta. But I'm getting the sense that that was born in a factory and probably bred in a tank.
I don't know how practical that is though.
Yeah, and it's really
Carry
heavy.
these things with the heat packs. What are you going to carry 4 of them and not carry a stove?
That's it.
Really?
No, so heat and eats, ready to go. I'm going with a nut. That's not for us as well. So if we summarise that very quickly, there's some really good other products out there. One of them I think we need to look at very shortly is off-grid meals. Australian, New Zealand, don't quite know yet, but haven't been able to try them. If I was going into the bush for a couple of days and I wanted 2 main meals, what's the first one, number 1 that we've got on the list?
No.
Yep,
Real meals.
me too. So that's real meals, freeze-dried once again. They're pulled pork.
How much is that, Andy?
Sorry, mate, that's a very good question. This one is, where the hell did I write that down?
It's on the back.
It is $21.99, so it's quite expensive. Radix, $14.99. Backcountry, $18.99, and the Omeals was $20. So $20 for that is a lot. $18 for that, it's good value, but not a lot. $14, I think it's good value, but I wouldn't eat it. And this guy here is great. Who's last? Who's the one that you wouldn't touch ever again?
2.
Number 2.
It's pretty universal. The smoky barbecue, whatever it is not our favourite. Would we suggest that?
No.
All right, cool. Thanks for watching wildgeartest.com. Just a quick summary of 4 meals that we've done. We'll probably do a few more later on. But once again, thanks for watching, and we'll catch you later.